When we look at our crypto bubbles, red, 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 red. Why is that? We are breaking this pattern. We saw this a billion miles ahead of time. We saw this years ago. We saw this like we were back from the future. Look at this, you guys. This is the Bitcoin chart, right? For everyone who's wondering what chart this is. What happened right here? What happened right here, you guys? We saw this bearish pattern bounce. Ding, 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 ding. Ping ball, right? Ping pong. Right? We saw the drop again. Boom, 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 boom. Again, this pattern right here, this pattern that's forming right here is the exact same pattern that formed right here, is the exact same pattern that formed right here. So we know because it happened twice and prices broke towards the downside right now, that's exactly what we expected price to happen. And what's happening, prices breaking towards the downside. So this move should not be a surprise to anybody. Now, let's talk about how low can prices potentially go at this point right now. All right. So that is what we need to talk about. How low can it go? You guys, let me erase this really quickly. Let me switch this to the 1 hour chart because this is important, right? If you're not, okay. If anyone has been following me to any degree within the past few days, you guys know I called this bottom. I said, hey, there's a very, very high chance we can see Bitcoin move towards this major level of support right here. That is where I wanted to go, right? That is where I wanted to go. Maybe Christmas came early. I'm wearing my Christmas hat, you guys. I'm wearing my Santa hat. Maybe Christmas came early for me. That's what I want. I want prices to go down here. And then once it goes down here, we get our double bottom, Superman, up, up, and away, right? So this would be the price to buy the dip at to make that profit. You guys, I've been saying this forever, even in the private community, right? Even my private community, right? Even took the short position, followed up, hey, how's the short position on Ethereum going, right? Boom, short position on Ethereum's going great. Bomb. Up 18% in 1 day. He took another short position, 20x short position, and he's up again. Shout out to Dirty Sprite. Shout out to the lit crypto Discord community, right? Shameless plug. Link in the bio. Now, because Bitcoin's going down, right? One of the key things we looked at for this was the Rust 2000, you guys. When we looked at the Rust 2000, we said, listen, it has pumped way too much. Right? You guys see that? I said, hey, it has pumped way too much. And there's a good likelihood it's going to make its way towards the downside. And after it makes its way towards the downside, I expect then to have that bounce towards the upside. Right? This is our Rust 2000, right? Which follows this is our alts, right? It follows our alts. Their favorite crypto project, your Solana, your BNB, your XRP, your Cardano ADA, your Tron, right? We saw this 2 days ago, right? So everyone should have either taken some profit, right? Or you could have entered a short position. If you didn't, Hakuna Matata. We live and we learn. All right. Ghost said, I think BTC might drop to the 78K, 80K price range. Ghost, you're 100% right. I'm with you, Ghost Rider. Okay, Ghost Rider said that. I do. So let's talk about exactly how low we think Bitcoin's going to go, and then we're going to talk a little about how low we think Ethereum's going to go as well. All right. So in regards to price, let's talk specific prices right now. Okay, let's talk specific price. I want to see prices go between this range, which is that 79K, so 80K, 79K, so on, all the way down potentially towards that 74K. The reason why I think prices might dip this low is, you guys, if you want to make money in crypto, look to the left. If you want to know what price you should buy at, look to the left. Why? Because history has a tendency of repeating itself, right? We know we have one level of support. We see, look at this. If we zoom in very closely, look at this point of contact, you guys, right here. This is the Bitcoin chart. We can see prices hit here, boom, bounce towards the upside. We have another candlestick right there. Boom. We have another candlestick right there. Boom. We have another. You guys like my sound effects? Another candlestick right there. Boom. Another one. Boom. Another one. Boom. Another one. Boom. So we know this entire area strong. We know this area strong. We know this area strong. So now with Bitcoin going down, you got to ask yourself, hey, how low can prices potentially go? Well, right here is the indicator of how low prices can potentially go, right? Now, that's a good question, right? Blanque power? How do you, is that what? Blanque? Is that Espanol? Is that Spanish? Is that how you say like white in Spanish, isn't it? Is that like, I know that, isn't it Blanco? Something like that, bro. Hard to read your username. So what if it doesn't go that low? That's a really good question. So what if you're waiting for prices to drop down this low, but it doesn't go that low? And then all of a sudden prices reverse and starts pumping higher and higher. Then you might have missed the dip and you missed out on all that money, right? Because you guys know the goal. The goal is simple. Get our crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy. So what do you do in a situation like that? Well, I'm going to break it down right now. That's why we're here, you guys. That's why we're here. To drop gems to get people's crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy. All right. So what if... Yeah, so this is the support we wanted to go towards, right? Like this is where we wanted to go. We want prices to crash down even lower. I've been saying that in my private community again and again and again. I'm like, guys, we're not going to buy right now. We'll take short positions to make money as prices goes down, right? Hence why I just showed you guys in the private Discord, hey, took profit. Ethereum at $31,000, 20x leverage. I'm now swimming in profits. Followed up the previous day. We took another short position. Followed up. It's in the profit. So right now, I think prices, well, number one, prices are going down. And we've been saying prices are going down since like the past week and a half. So when it comes to buying, if prices hit that support, that's exactly what I'm saying is this would be the stage in which we would look to accumulate, right? This would be the stage we would look to buy a little bit of that dip. Now, keep in mind, oh, geez, you guys can't even see the chart that well. Hang on, let me switch it to the 1 day because my face is like covering the screen. Here we go, and then I'll switch it over there. Or I can just switch it to the 4 hour and just move my face over more. Hang on, so you guys can see the chart well. All right, you guys can see the chart well. So here's where I think prices can go towards, and this is where I expect it to probably go towards to buy that dip. Now, the question is, what if prices don't go toward this support? If prices go toward this support, you buy. Very simple. You buy the dip right here, right? Don't be like other people who just buy the dip every time prices turn red. That's absolutely stupid. Like people are like, buy the dip, buy the dip. Like don't listen to random people on social media. I know if you don't know me, I'm a random person on social media, but don't just buy the dip because prices goes red. All right. So I'll just quickly touch on this principle and then I'll go back to what I was saying. The reason why I think it's stupid when people just say buy the dip is because if you buy the dip here, oh, and it dips more, and then you buy the dip here, oh, and it dips more, and you buy the dip here, oh, and it dips more, you buy the dip here, and it dips more. It's absolutely stupid because what's going to happen is you're going to run out of money. You're going to run out of money. You're going to be like, oh, geez, now what do I do? And then prices keep dipping, right? So that's why I always say, if you're going to buy the dip, the way I teach everyone in my private community is we buy the dip at key level of support. In other words, oh, by the way, Rad, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate it. And thank you for everyone for liking this live stream. I see 1,894 likes. Jeez, thank you for the love, you guys. So about buying the dip. So what I'm saying is if you're going to buy the dip, you want to buy the dip at a level where the dip is going to stop. I know. Simple advice, right? Oh, of course, no duh. Buy the dip when the dip is going to stop. But a lot of people on social media don't tell you that part, right? A lot of people on social media just be like, buy the dip, buy the dip. Then you run out of money and you're like, crypto sucks. And then you leave and you end up never making your first like 10K, 50K, 100K. So we buy the dip when the dip is most likely going to stop. And the dip is most likely going to stop at the 70K price range. Okay? All right, everyone got that? Check. Now, why would it stop at the 70K price range? Because if we look historically, last time prices dipped down here, that is when it stopped before it ran back towards the upside. All right, check. Everyone got that? Wonderful. Now, what if you're waiting for prices to dip and it doesn't dip? What if you're waiting for it to go lower, right? Because sometimes that happened, right? A lot of people back in the days, if you're in crypto with me back in the days, right? Let's just go back to the last bear run, right? Back here, if you were in crypto, I remember prices were dipping down. Bitcoin hit like $20,000. And I'm like, geez, and then hit $19,000. I'm like, oh, Bitcoin hit 19,000. Thank you for all the likes coming in, man. I appreciate you guys showing me love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you guys love everything I'm saying, check out litcrypto.ca, link in the bio for the crypto class that I'm going to be having, where I share the strategies that allowed me to break 6 figures in crypto in my first year. Now, what I was saying was, back in the days here when crypto was crashing, right? I remember here we all made so much money. Like we all like, woo, it was amazing, amazing. Crypto, I was getting fat. We were going to resorts, living our best life. We spoiled the wifey. We were just good time, good time. And then when prices started going down, a lot of people were saying, hey, Bitcoin's going to go to $10,000. Some people were saying Bitcoin's going to go to $5,000. And I started looking, I'm like, these people are delusional. I do not think it's going to go down that low. And then when Bitcoin hit 20K, I'm like, whoa, I remember I bought some. Bitcoin hit 19K, I bought some. Right? And I still have the receipts on my TikTok video, all the old videos, some people criticizing me and mocking me for buying Bitcoin when it was that cheap. You know, at the end of the day, time will always reveal what is truthful. So after that, prices ended up dropping all the way down to around 15K, right? And then it skyrocketed up, right? So everyone that was waiting for Bitcoin to go down to 10K ended up missing so much profit, right? So because you were chasing these itty bitty crumbs, you missed out on the buffet, right? One of my rules I live by, remember this rule, all right? Rule by me, Naicke Kalala, yours truly, all right? I swear I want to like staple this, patent it, all right? Listen, do not chase crumbs when you can have a buffet. Remember that. Do not chase crumbs when you can have a buffet. Now, what do you mean by that, Naicke? Same example right here, right? If you think prices are going to drop, if you're telling yourself, man, I want to buy Bitcoin. Oh, it's going to go to $10,000. Bitcoin was at 15K. So you wanted it to drop another $5,000, but because you wanted it to drop down, right? Because you wanted to drop extra $5,000, you missed out on the buffet. You missed out on eating up all of these gains, getting your crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy for $5,000. This was an 8x. If you invested just $5,000 in Bitcoin, you would be up around 40K, 45K in profit just in Bitcoin. If you did Ethereum, if you did Solana, if you did BNB, if you did any of those crypto, you would have been up way more, right? So Bitcoin is like the measuring stick. If your crypto portfolio is not outperforming Bitcoin, you're doing something wrong. Like Bitcoin is the measuring stick. Like, how do you measure if you're successful or not? How do you measure if you're succeeding or if you're failing? The way you do that in the world of crypto, you measure it in comparison to Bitcoin. You measure performance in Bitcoin, right? How much did Bitcoin do in the past year? All right, Bitcoin in the past 2 years did an 8x. So if you invest $5,000, you should be at $40,000 profit. If you're not, you're underperforming. You're not doing a good job. I know that sounds mean. It sounds negative. You're not doing a good job. I'm just trying to be realistic to you. Like, I'm not going to always, I'm trying to be big, bro. Like, I'm letting you guys know, like, Bitcoin is the measuring stick. Like, that's how you quantify if you're doing a good job or a bad job. Because if Bitcoin did an 8x and you have your money in another crypto that's doing a 1x, a 2x, and it's like, what's the point of having your money in that crypto? Because that crypto is, number one, more riskier than Bitcoin. And then number two, Bitcoin's outperforming it. Now, if you have your money in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, or in BNB, or in XRP, or in Solana, or Tron, those outperform Bitcoin, then you know you're winning, right? So remember, BTC is the measuring stick to know how good you're doing or if you need to improve and level up. All right, so now we got that out of the way. So do not cash the knife. Well, the goal isn't to cash the knife, right? You don't just, I just spoke about that, right? Like, we're not going to just buy the dip at random price, Donovan. We're not going to just be buy the dip. Like, we just spoke about that, right? You're going to have to watch the replay. We just spoke about that. We're going to have to watch the replay if you missed it. Okay? So I hope everyone got that. Everyone understood the concept of what I just shared. So now we have Bitcoin covered. The next thing we're going to look at is Ethereum. All right. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat because the goal here is to get everybody's crypto wallet big, fat, and juicy. Big, fat, and juicy is the goal. All right. If you haven't made your first $10,000 in crypto yet, all it means is there's information you don't know, and once you learn that information, you get to your first 10K. I truly believe, even if you start with 1,000, I have some of my community that started with $200, bro, and he made it to his first 10K, and now he's at 20K. Now he's actually closer towards 30K. I think it took him like maybe 2 years, but the fact that he started with 2 years, he turned $200 to 30K, it's like, bro, like I have to give him a shout out, and he's a young kid too, so he did a good job, right? So don't give me that excuse. I don't have that much money to start with. I don't care. Start with whatever you have, you guys. Just work with what you have. That's how life works, right? Some of us are born with funds because mom and dad are very wealthy. Some of us aren't born with funds, right? So it's like just work with what you have. Be diligent. Be resourceful. Continue to educate yourself, and you'll be able to achieve your goal. I started with 5K a month ago. Can I hit 10? Of course you can. Of course you can. Come on, mate. Of course you can. I'm trying to read your profile name. I couldn't. Of course you can. 5K to 10K, that's only a 2x. Like, that's easy. Like, that's, you can definitely do that. You can definitely 120% do that. 120% you can do that. I wish you were in my private community. If you started with 5K, you would have, yeah. I remember we bought, yeah, you definitely can. You definitely can, right? Like, we bought Aventus. Everyone doubled their money in like 1 week with that crypto. That was a nice pump. We bought Pretty skyrocketed. That one did over 8x in a few months. We like, you can do it. Like, you can do it. Like with 5K, you can definitely 2x. And if anyone says you can't 2x with 5K, then they're a loser. Ignore them. When can I buy or add? I don't already have to 2x my money. If you want to 2x your money, number one, you have to learn how to swing trade, right? So that's what I would say. You just have to learn how to swing trade if you want to 2x. Like, that's a secret. And one thing when it comes to learning how, Sergio, what's up, Sergio, my Canadian brother, how you doing? How do you join the link in the bio? Check the link in the bio, right? If you go right here, litcrypto.ca, litcrypto.ca, voila, it will take you to the website. How everyday 9-to-5ers are building 5 to 6 figure income with crypto without being experts. Link in the bio. In 3 days, 6 hours, 44 minutes, I'm going to share the 3 The 3 strategies that really broke me into making my first 6 figures. I don't think it's that hard. I think it's really easy if you know what you're doing. For those of you guys you guys know my story, right? You guys see in the back right there? You guys see, let me get this for you, for everyone who doesn't see it. Right? You guys see in the back right there, I have a $5 bill in the back right there, because when I got into crypto, my first the amount of money I put in was $5. $5. Because I was so scared to make money. I was so scared to lose money, right? Like, I wanted to make money, but I didn't want to lose what I had. So I only put in $5, but that $5 turned into $12. And I was so hyped because I'm like, oh my gosh, I turned $5 into $12. It just gave me that proof of concept, like, oh, this can really work, right? So then after that, I ended up putting in like $100, then $1,000, right? And then like I doubled it, then I grew it, right? It was ups and downs, but I was able to scale it to then 5K, then 10K, right? Then 12K, then 15K, and I just continued. So that's why I say it doesn't matter so much how much money you start with. It's just about having really good strategies and technique. So if you are someone where you're starting with 5K, like me, JSYB, I don't know how to read your name, JSYB, is, I would say you really have to learn just how to swing trade. So that's what I would advise you, is learn how to swing trade, right? Learn how to swing trade, learn how to read the chart. And the reason why is that day trading is too hard to start off with because it's very time consuming. Number one is harder, and number two is time consuming. So number one, focus on swing trading. Number two, learn how to read the chart, right? So you should be able to read this, right? Like I can see them be like, oh, this is a W pattern, right? A double bottom. Oh, actually, it ends up being a triple bottom, even better. Oh, prices ran up. Oh, it passed that main level of resistance. Oh, I should look to take some profit. Oh, here comes the pullback. Like you should be able to read the chart, right? If you're able to read the chart and understand it, then you'll have no problem being able to turn your 5K into 10K, then into 20K, then into 30K. The most important thing when it comes to trading and investing, and a lot of people won't say this, is risk management, right? Like that's the most important thing, is risk management. So what I mean by risk management is a lot of us, right? And if you disagree with me, you're lying. You're not telling the truth. You're lying. You're not telling the truth if you disagree with me, because we've all been through it. I've been through it. I did it when I was new. I know some of my boys, they've done this exact same thing when they were new. Risk management. Risk management. It means you're looking at the crypto and you're seeing prices, for example. You're seeing prices. Oh, geez, I shouldn't have missed that, right? You're seeing prices go up. And because prices have already gone up, you cannot buy. You cannot buy at all. You have to wait for prices to dip. You have to wait for it to dip. But the problem is a lot of people see prices goes up. They're like, okay, I'm not going to buy. And then it goes up again. They're like, oh, it went up again. And then they just end up buying. And then after they buy, they're like, oh, no, it's going down. I shouldn't have bought. Oh, my gut was telling me, why did I buy? And then they end up regretting it. And then they end up selling it after prices start running down, right? So risk management, a huge part of it is just controlling your emotions, understanding this is a time to buy, understanding this is a time to sell, feeling that urge of FOMO. You know, when you feel that FOMO in your heart, you're like, oh, I want to buy. Oh, geez, should I? No, I shouldn't. And then you end up buying, right? So risk management is being able to read the chart, understand the chart, knowing this is a good time to buy. This is a good time to sell. This is a good time to cut my loss. This is a good time to dollar cost average. It's a bunch of things compiled into one word, well, two words, risk management. But like, I think that's the most important part. And if you can learn that, then you can always win in crypto. You can always win in crypto. All right. All right. What was the question? I think we covered that. And is putting my full 5K in a crypto or multiple ones? It's not like you shouldn't think like, oh, should I put all my 5K in one crypto? Should I put in multiple ones? Like with the 5K, you can split it. Like that's enough money that you can diversify. It seems like you're new to crypto based on the questions you're asking me. Are you new? Like how long have you been in crypto? Like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year? So this is how you got to view it. It's like you have. That's so annoying. Okay. All right, you guys. Nana said, yeah, it's true. Buying the dip instead of 100% is true. 100%. So this is how you got to view. If you have like $5,000, like should you put all that money in one crypto, or should you take that money and diversify it and buy multiple cryptos? Okay. If your goal is to just double your money through swing trading, your goal shouldn't be, oh, how much should I spread my money? Like you're viewing the goal wrong. Your goal should be, where are great opportunities? And if you see, if you see, for example, two great opportunities, you're like, oh, wow, two great opportunities. Both of these crypto levels are at a key level of support. Wonderful. Here's at a key level of support. Here's at a key level of support, right? You're seeing your multiple indicators telling you, hey, this is a good time to buy. Then what do? then you buy the dip for that crypto and you buy the dip for the other crypto, because both of them are showing you, hey, this is a great opportunity to buy the dip. So then you go ahead and you buy the dip. So it doesn't matter if it's one good crypto showing you an opportunity or two or three or four. So it's not so much about the amount of crypto you buy. It's about where do you see great opportunities. And when you see the great opportunities, you take it, right? So focus on that instead of focusing on, oh, I have $5,000, so I'm gonna put $1,000 in each crypto. Like, that's second. The goal is number one, make money. Okay, now where can I allocate my funds to?